But we are forming a Team Cleveland of the LGBT athletic community to go over to Cologne in 2010. And if you're interested in going to Cologne, we're actually doing an event tonight from 7 to 11 where there'll be a presentation from our Cologne delegates about the 2010 Gay Games. And then you can register, and I believe you get a discount if you register tonight.
11 euros.
And I can't pronounce the name of the place correctly. What is the...
Trigonian.
Trigonian Galleries tonight from 7 to 11.
But to answer your question directly, because I think I missed that, in the Northeast Ohio area, in the GLBT athletic market, there's probably close to 25 to 30,000 people who play volleyball, softball, every sport you can imagine, rowing, rugby.
Right. And there will be a mechanical bull tonight at the gallery.
Yeah, there will be.
Okay.
Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes, I, like Doug, moved away from the area, grew up in Akron, left in the 80s, came back a few years ago. And coming back to Akron, it appears to me, and having been to other gay games and stuff, that there's a lot of, Akron is significantly behind the Cleveland effort. Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering what the plans are to bring Akron, up to speed in terms of even awareness, education, support, enthusiasm, that sort of thing.
Well, Dirk, I want you to answer that. We're joined today by Jake Nash from Trans Family, who's an Akronite. I know you just had a pretty active city council race,
right,
where there were quite a few people elected with human rights in their mind. If you could touch base on that.
One was elected, Sally...
Sandra Kurt.
Yeah, sorry about that. Was elected to city council. And actually, we are taking more of an more active approach. For instance, for us to be actually bidding with for the 2014 Gay Games and accepting the bid, I think that's a step in the right direction. I know as far as the Bureau, we work very closely with city and the county council. And just our daily interaction with them and working towards the 2014 Gay Games, I think, should actually change the culture of our region. So,
and some of our events leading up to 2014 will be held in Akron to make sure that we do spread that awareness. And the Beacon Journal, to its credit, has given us some coverage to date about the bid, and so that's been really helpful, I think, as well.
Our plans in the Akron area, we have key sporting events. Actually, the rodeo will be at the Summit County Fairgrounds. Golf for both men and women will be at Firestone Country Club. We had tremendous support from Firestone Country Club. They were on board from day one. The city has donated Firestone Stadium for the women's softball. And hopefully we'll have the marathon in Akron as well.
I was just kind of wondering, although you probably don't have every line item nailed down yet, what the size of the budget will be for the Gay Games, and how does it break down in terms of what you need from participants, corporate sponsors, government agencies, NGOs, contributions, that sort of thing?
Well, at mygamesrock.org, there's a donation button on there that you guys can all go to. Okay. That question is really relative because we're also honored today to have Robbie Davis from the Federation of Gay Games here as well. Robbie is a native Clevelander, and he's also in the licensing agreement negotiation team with us, and he knows very well how much it costs, as well as so does Annetta and Stefan, how to put this event on. It's approximately close to about a $14 million budget. In that budget, nearly 35% of it has to come from corporate sponsorship and corporate fundraising. So there are a lot of elements there of what we have to do to generate the income for that. The remainder of the funds comes from participant registration fees, of which we kept low. We were trying to follow our sister city in Cologne because by having it be more affordable, it would attract more participants. We also have funds that generated from revenue from ticket sales for the events themselves. But ultimately, all the events that lead up to Cologne are about establishing relationships with corporate sponsorships. It's also about fundraising efforts, also creating awareness. But we're also lucky in some respects, and I'll address this really pretty quickly. We've had people from all over Northeast Ohio who've offered their services to us pro bono, which has reduced our expenses dramatically. You heard Michael talk about the investment from Fleischman Hillard International, but you also need to know, not only with that, but Positivity Cleveland and Akron CVB, who've also come on board financially. We also have had the Hyatt Regency, we've had the Renaissance, the Ritz-Carlton, the Intercontinental Hotel, the Sheraton Airport, and the Marriott all have come on and done pro bono work for us during the site selection visit and continue to support us all the time. And they've done this because they realize that they want to be a part of this endeavor as well. We're also fortunate recently to just become part of, this gentleman has got a poker face like I can never imagine. That's Mr. John Pinney from Gorman, Jackson, and Krantz, who are representing our organization pro bono. And thank you, John. So I say that because that also goes to our community, the gay and lesbian community, from North Coast Athletic Volleyball to the softball to bowling to tennis to team tennis to flag football. They're all on board. And they'll be there tonight to register to go to Cologne. And I wish all of you have an opportunity to go there tonight to also attend as well.
I have a quick question for Michael and for Sharon. We know the financial commitments are going to be there, and they're going to be huge, and all the opportunities to interact. For someone who's watching this program right now, the millions of viewers in City Club land, how do Greater Cleveland Akronites participate? This is going to be an immense effort. I mean, we're going to have 100,000 people here, and it's not just for the games themselves, it's leading up to it. If someone wanted to volunteer, participate, cheer, how does a average Cleveland Akronite do that?
For the average Cleveland Akronite who is online, you can go to our Facebook page and you can become a fan of the Cleveland Synergy Foundation, and there you'll have an opportunity to find out about all of our upcoming events, because we do need a strong volunteer base, not just for the games themselves, but we do need volunteers for next year's frivolity at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because we expect twice as many people next year, and that means they all need to get in the door and get out of the door. So we need your help doing that. And another way to get involved, if you're a small business entrepreneur, become a corporate sponsor. Whether that is cold hard cash, which I clearly like in my green, but also if you can do in-kind donations of your professional support, we need your help there as well.
As you mentioned, registering for the games. The gay games aren't just for gay people. I'm straight, and everyone in the entire community is welcome to participate in these games. If you belong to athletic organization, get them involved to participate. Go to Cologne, check it out. It's my first time, it was great. But come back to Cleveland in 2014 and have some fun in Cleveland.
That's an integral message too, because we're all about inclusion. The motto for the games are participation, inclusion, and personal best. So everybody can participate over the age of 18, but what we've also done is that we have recently been reached out by Gleason. And Gleason is the national organization for gay and lesbian youth who are younger. And I actually Brian and I were keynote speakers this past Saturday at Cleveland State University for their conference. And so those students who are 14, 15, 16, who will be able to participate in the games when 2014 rolled around, if you would have witnessed their enthusiasm, their transformation about this happening in their own backyard, taking it back to their schools, their families, and realizing that they can be a part of something historical. And that's who we're trying to foster, because this is absolutely, as Michael said, a legacy that will continue past the games themselves.